And for more on this year's Eid-el-Fitr, let's speak to Chief Missioner, Ud Society of Nigeria, Sheikh Abdul Rahman Ahmad. Good to have you join us. Sheikh, I just want to... All right, I want to ask you about the significance of the Ramadan period, because we understand that it is one of the 5 pillars of the Islamic faith. One of them is giving of alms, there is the prayer, there is profession of faith, and then the pilgrimage. But how significant is fasting for the Muslim faith?
Well, the fasting of the month of Ramadan is as significant as the 4 other pillars. It is the 5 that hold the superstructure of Islam. And particularly fasting in the month of Ramadan is not just deprivation from food and drink and intimacy. It is also a means of self-discipline. It is a means by which we attain better health for ourselves. Like you know, that the world is coming to realize the therapeutic effect of intermittent fasting. This is a pillar of Islam for human well-being. But over and above all, it is for us to express our sincere faith in our Creator, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, and to attain piety. If you know how it feels to be hungry, you will not deprive people. If you know how it feels to feel the pangs of hunger, then as a policy maker, your policies will be tuned towards making life more comfortable for the people. You will have more fellow feeling. You will have more love for others, and you will be more selfless. And it is also a period of mercy, a period of forgiveness, a period of saving people from the fire of hell. So it is a period to accumulate goodness and to be better humans, better Muslims, better husbands, better neighbors, better workers, better employers, and to be better also.
And one of the things we saw during this period is that a major part of the prayers that were made by Muslim faithful across the country during this period was for the president-elect and his incoming administration. Why was that so important?
Well, you see, Islam is not just about profession of faith. Islam is all in all. It's about spirituality. It's about life. It's about economy. It's about governance. It's about peace and security. It's about harmony and peaceful coexistence. As Muslims, we're important critical stakeholders in every government, whether that government is headed by a Muslim or by a Christian, because without good governance, there will be poverty. There will be no justice. The rule of law will not be in place, and there will be no economic prosperity. And if you don't have prosperity, you don't have peace, then people will not be in the right frame of mind to worship their Creator. The places of worship will become places of refuge. It could be places of confusion and turmoil. And that is why, as Muslims, it is very important to pray and to advise and counsel, if need be, critique those in government so that we could have good governance, and the government could create an environment that will enable competing demands of the citizens to be satisfied on the widest possible scale. Because we are people of faith, we believe that there is hand of God in everything, and that is why we are praying fervently for the president-elect and his cabinet, incoming cabinet, that Allah Ta'ala should guide them, Allah should assist them, Allah should give them the wisdom and the courage to do what is right.
And Sheikh, let me ask you, what would be your message to Muslims, not just for today, but for the rest of the year? Because we're going to transition into a new government by May 29th. What would be your advice for Muslims?
Muslims are not supposed to be prayer mantis. They are supposed to be active citizens. They are supposed to be participants in all facets of life. They must be honest. They must be hardworking. They must be bold. And they must also be courageous in standing with the truth. For this period, the lesson, the month of fasting in the month of Ramadan has taught us forbearance, has taught us, trust in Allah, has taught us generosity, and has taught us tenacity. These are sterling qualities we must transfer into our everyday life, and these we must bring to bear, on our activities and participations as we transit into the next administration by the grace of God next month. We must not be just passive onlookers. We must be active participants. We must discharge our civic responsibilities. We must say something when we see something. We must not sit idle. We must be active and contribute to the greatness of this country that is potentially great, that is a sleeping giant of Africa. Together, as people of faith, as Nigerians, Muslims, Christians, people who don't believe anything, we should join hands and contribute our quota to make this country great, because the Quran has told us that Allah will not change the condition of the people unless they change that which is in their hearts.
And Sheikh, I'm happy you mentioned Christians and those of other faith, because I was going to say that, look, this advice should apply to everyone. Thank you so much for talking to us. Thank you for your time. The Chief Missioner, Oud Society of Nigeria, Sheikh Abdul Rahman Ahmad.